is everybody today? How in a show of volume, how was your Thanksgiving? We all saw Wicked. Who saw Wicked during Thanksgiving weekend?
Thanksgiving.
And the rest of you? You didn't go see Wicked? Wow. Yeah, you'll see it again. We have a lot to talk about today, so we're going to get started. Anybody here for the first time today? Okay, good. Not good, but good. I don't have to do that. Okay, good. I'm going to invite you all to stand. And welcome to everybody online. I always say it later, but come on in. Join us. Hold on to me as we go. As we roll down this unfamiliar road. Did that happen? I don't know. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone. Why is that, Tiffany? 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. It'll all be clear, Corrine. Don't pay no mind to those demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble, it might drag you down, sonny, but you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. Why is that, Don? 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your settle down, settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to those demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. Why is that, Genevieve? 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home. All right, say good morning to each other. Yeah. Woo. So everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. That's wonderful. So we come together every Sunday as a spiritual community to do one thing and one thing only. What is that? Wait, what did you just say?
I said to party and have a good time. I say it every week.
Do you? Does he always say to party and have a good time? That's great, okay. Who else is here to party? Okay, that works. Are you here to have a good time, Steve?
Absolutely.
What constitutes Steve Brabant having a good time?
Just watching you perform on that.
Like, I'm going to believe that. Okay, we also remind ourselves each week of our mission statement, which is... Which one is your favorite, Robbie? Really? Remember who you are? Well, okay. What about you? Oh, okay, good. Aaron? Okay. Takeshi? Oh, that was the answer, by the way. All of them. I thought you were going to say, I haven't been here in a while. Ask me later. Yes. Okay, so
So you all have, not your favorite, but like, which one's the easiest? Love only? People think they're the easiest? Who said no? What's the easiest, Gabriella? Remember who you are is the easiest? Show of hands. Who thinks remember who you are is the easiest? Okay, good. That's 4 of you. That's great. Who thinks forgive everything is the easiest? Wow, 2 of you. 3? 3 of you. You know what, though? Here's what's funny. Other than Scott, the 2 other people that like that the best are the younger people in the audience. It's easier to forgive at your age, right? Yeah. No, I'm just saying we've built so much up. There's just so much for us to think about. Yeah, you have a lot built up too?
I had a great childhood. I beg to differ.
We all saw the Netflix show. Yes. Anyway, love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. And then our mission statement is what? Okay, good. Come on up. We're going to do it now. I can honestly say that, just the 2 of you, right? Yeah, that working in this field and studying quantum metaphysics has really made me very aware of the sacredness of everything. Everything. I have a hard time now killing an ant when I see it. Or if there's a spider in the house, usually I would have been able to take care of that. Now I gotta go find a glass, get it inside the glass, take it outside, because it's all sacred. I will really be challenged if a rat ever shows up in my house, but I will still probably work to get it far away from my house, but alive. Because everything is alive. Everything is connected. Everything is sacred.
So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. 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 I will share, 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 I will share this love.
So I invite you now, on this beautiful Thanksgiving week, to let your mind gently wash over those things in your life that are sacred to you, the things that you are most grateful for, the sacred, the loving. Just let yourself think about those people, things, places, experiences. What if we were able to navigate the experience that is our life, all of it, and have it all be sacred? Even things that seem challenging, what if that's part of this sacred plan, this sacred unfoldment?
So sacred, so sacred, so secret, so secret, so precious.
That was so beautiful, you two. Thank you so much. So did you find them? Did you find all those things that are sacred to you in your life? It's interesting how we tend to think of things that are sacred and things that are unsacred, right? Things that are good and evil. Are you a good queen or a bad queen, right? Good witch or a bad witch? That's what we need to do today in light of Wicked. But it's not. There's no good witch and bad witch. There's no sacred and unsacred. There just is. And then what we do to it, what we decide about it, that's what makes it. What does Shakespeare say? There is no good or bad, but thinking makes it so. That might be Ernest Holmes, but I think it was Shakespeare. I think they both said it in their own unique way. So let's bring up. I was about to say reverend, but this is someone who is in ministerial class right now. And most of you don't know that, so you're going to be really shocked when I bring up Brad Kiefer.
They should be especially shocked because ministerial class doesn't exist yet. But
well, it does. You're in your first half of it.
Right. First part.
Yes.
Right. So we should probably explain to the group that when I got this assignment to be here with you today, it was several months ago.
Yes, I actually had forethought.
Exactly. So who would have known that today would turn out to be that we are in week 5 of advanced consciousness? So I think I might have some fresher thoughts than I did
5 months ago?
5, 6, whatever.
6 months ago?
Right, you don't plan that far in advance.
Just ask Kevin, he'll tell you that.
Several months ago. Yes.
So you have deeper thoughts.
I do, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Such as?
We'll talk a little bit about it, but evolution
Evolution.
And how it's an ongoing thing and how God is evolving and
yes, that's the big thing. Yes, right? And that's the big thing. Mm-hmm. Last year in Advanced Consciousness, one of the students in Advanced Consciousness had a really, I won't say hard time, but had a
shocked
a
that
reaction.
they had a hard time.
You were shocked that he had a hard time? You should.
No, I'm being facetious.
Yes,
He
had a reaction.
Card playing taking place here.
Because you know who I'm talking about.
No.
Oh, you do?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, he had a reaction to the idea that, remember we used to teach God is perfect, whole, and complete, right? God is everything. God is the infinite. Therefore, God has everything, knows everything, is everything. And then this person brought in the idea, just like that, I'm not so convinced that God is everything so much as God is evolving. And the conversation was really led by me. It was like, well, but what does that mean then? If God is evolving, then that means God's going to change, and God, as the perfection of the universe, this quantum field. And I led the charge in arguing this man down. But we didn't argue him down at all. He just stuck with it for the entire rest of the year, and that was our esteemed treasurer, Doug Draper. And you don't think
That
of
would
Doug,
explain a few things.
and you don't think of Doug as being challenging. I mean, in terms of challenging you, unless in the court, except when you were. That's not what I meant. I meant you don't argue a lot, except in front of a court, in front of a judge. But he was a lawyer.
He reasons. He doesn't argue.
He reasons, right. And so when we get into year 2 of advanced consciousness, the first book we're reading, what Brad is referring to is last week's class, which is where we discussed the idea that God is not only evolving, but God is evolution. Mm-hmm. Just think about that for a second. I won't tax you all with this entire 3-hour class. And it makes perfect sense. Because as a quantum field, it is constantly expanding and evolving and turning into whatever emergent evolution requires. Who knows what emergent evolution is? Who doesn't know what it is? So emergent evolution means that if you needed to grow a third leg, over time you would, because you would evolve into your needs. Right. That's what emerges is what you need. And so God is emergent evolution that will always evolve, always grow, always change into whatever is necessary for that period of time. Is that what you meant?
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Yeah.
So that's something that's come up that you're reinventing in your life?
Yes, taking deep. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what our theme is this month?
I do, actually.
They don't yet, and now they do.
All right. The theme is rebirth.
What?
Sorry, I'd so rehearsed that too. I really had. It's reborn, of course.
Which is rebirth.
It is rebirth.
Yeah, right? Reborn. So how does this apply to you?
Well, so I do have a personal. Well, I think the first impression that comes up for most people when they see or hear the word reborn is reincarnation. The spiritual essence leaving one body form into another body form. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think that it's from generation to generation or from life to life. It's a learning experience. It's a teachable, it's so that we could teach along the way. And I had a hard time with that. I thought, well, okay, that sounds good, feels good. But my personal story is I have a brother, his name is David, and he transitioned about 15 years ago. He was severely disabled, could not communicate, could not walk, needed institutional care. And shortly after his transition, I was in a class here. This is before your time with us. And the premise of the class was, or the discussion was, how every single life is perfect. And I just raised my hand and said, I don't think so. I can't get into that because I saw the outward manifestations of the physical manifestations of my brother. I said, you can't tell me that that's joy. You can't tell me that that's perfect. No, I don't get it. And somebody said, well, maybe he wasn't here for himself. He was here to be a teacher. And I probably rolled my eyes and shrugged because I saw the beauty in that statement, but I just couldn't get past that physical manifestation. So fast forward several years after that, after my brother transitioned, we were downsizing my mom's house to move her into an apartment, and we came across the treasure chest that she kept for each child, including David. And I knew that I would have the opportunity to talk about this today, so I want to read to you a letter that she wrote to my brother 3 days after he transitioned. The letter is a page long. It's going to take up too much time, but there are 2 sentences that just fill my heart with such emotion. And when I reread it, every time I reread it, which I try to do a couple times a year on his birthday and my mom's birthday, I just cry. Karen will tell you I'm not a crier, but I just cry whenever I read this. So she said to my brother, "You were a gift." I thought I made this in a larger font. "You were a gift by which to learn about love and loving those who are different. Through your world, I met truly dedicated, beautiful people like yourself, with souls as pure as heaven. It is said that only special people are gifted with little ones like you. I don't know so much about that special part, but I think God gives us the opportunity to receive the love and to see if we can learn and teach." My brother was a teacher for my mother, and my mother is a teacher for me, those around me, to anybody hearing these words. So that's rebirth. My mom was reborn. I'm reborn in that because I let go of those old limiting beliefs that did not look deeper into what's going on, and I was able to let go of that and know, yes, there is eternal life, and it does go from life energy to life energy. I was that and so much more yesterday.
I feel like I could be done now. I mean, for the whole service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was beautiful.
Well, and it's not just that. Evolution makes rebirth possible. And you touched on that earlier. And it is the long game, is what Jung describes as the collective unconscious. It's the beliefs and attitudes that we're born with that are not shaped by our personal experience. But we get to act on that in our lifetime. So we are able to evolve in our lifetimes based on what we're given. The collective unconscious is implanted in us genetically. And so we act on that. So we evolve. We take a step to higher consciousness. Now, this takes time. It can be it's a glacial pace, but it's also immediate, right? Mind acts on the potentials and brings them into existence. So one thought, and there is rebirth. We talked about this last week in Palm Springs, where Karen showed the slide of this rock promontory
Called the tongue.
The Troll's Tongue. It's in Norway.
Tongue.
And she saw it here on this wall several years ago. You had it as sort of an inspirational photograph. And she said to herself then, I'm going there. So she researched it, she found it, and that's where we went earlier this year. And so Karen had a before picture and after picture. So the joke last week in Palm Springs was, what's your Troll's Tongue, right? What's your idea for rebirth, to be reborn?
I came here the next morning and told them that story. And
did you? Okay.
Unfortunately, I didn't have the Troll's Tongue with the two of you on it.
Anybody who wants it, I have it on my phone. I can show you on the way out.
I can show you the two of them on the Troll's Tongue. That was so beautiful.
Yeah.
All of that. Do you see why I have hounded him for years to go into ministry? Won't he make an amazing minister?
Thank you very much.
See, it's not just because you're trying to compete with Karen.
No. I'm already an ordained doctor.
Oh, God. Yes.
I paid $10 to the Universal Life Church just to keep up with her. So I'm caught up.
Didn't you also pay for a doctorate?
Yeah. I'm ordained.
How much was that?
I'm a doctorate. Another $10.
Yeah.
It's a love offering. You can give whatever you want.
Don't do that. You're going to ruin my classwork. If they know they can do it for $10 and just be
It doesn't go as deep as what you do, not nearly.
I hope not.
I get a weekly email from them.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Okay, shall we do our new affirmation for this month?
Absolutely. All right, so a lot of people get you to stand up. You don't need to stand up, but I do want to see the energy. So I'm going to say it once, and then we're going to say it again, but really, in compensation for me not making you stand up, you're going to give it your all for me, okay? Okay? Okay, thank you so much.
Quid pro quo.
I am reborn with every breath I take. Together, I am reborn with every breath I take. Thank you so much. And so
Okay, give it up for Brad Kiefer. Well, we have a little bit of a different rundown today. There's not a singer coming up here to sing for you. I'm going to move into my talk. And the title of my talk today is this on? Is this on? Oh, no, it's not on. Hold on. Now it is. Inevitable. Not unlimited, but inevitable. The it is silent. So that's the title of my talk today, but I'm going to talk about why that is now. So I'm going to go back for a second to reborn. When I asked Lori Savage to give me an image for reborn, she wrote me back and she said, I have no idea what to give you for this. She said, I'm looking at all these images and I can't find one. And so I said, give me an old person and a young person together. That's all I want to see. And so she sent me this. And she sent me a bunch of them. There were a lot of old people with young people, but this one popped out. And when I saw it, it's exactly what I wanted. And it's the exact image I want you all to notice. That beautiful, tiny little hand in the midst of that older, rougher, darker, even dirt under the fingernails hand that's lived a long time. Because for me, this month is not about rebirth necessarily. It's not about coming back at another time. It's not even about that thing we talk about. I need to be reborn. I need to reinvent myself. It's not about any of that for me. It's all of that, but it's something very specific for me. When I came up with this theme, yes, it did have to do with the fact that it's going to be Christmas, and of course, the baby Jesus in the manger. Most people think that's why I picked this. It's actually not. I would like you to think about things in your life, dreams, moves in your life, dreams especially. What inside of you needs to be reborn? What ideas, what dreams that you may have had a long time ago need to be reborn? Relationships, even relationship with yourself that might need to be reborn. I'm looking for specifics. You know, when we, last week when I told the story about being on stage at the Forest Theater, remembering that when I was 18, I had that, I wanted to be who I ended up being at 30, because I was 30 when that happened. Karen, when she talked about seeing that picture and going, I want to be there, and now the picture of her and Brad being there. So much, everything actually that shows up in your life was an idea at one point. Whatever's going on, the relationships you're in, the marriages you're in. I remember I took a whole year off dating, which was a shocking thing for the community. I was done. I was in New York and I had had so many crash and burn relationships, and it was a mess. And so I was at Unity Church when Dr. Eric Butterworth said something about, if something's giving you a hard time, turn away from it. And I was like, oh, I should turn away from dating. That's really giving me a hard time. And I did. Like for a whole year, I did nothing but study with Dr. Butterworth. I was doing show after show after show. And then I met Kevin. And I always think about that. I'm like, I stopped doing what didn't work. And in my soul, I went, there is someone that I am meant to spend my life with. There is someone who is my soulmate. There is someone who will walk beside me, not in front of me or behind me, but beside me, and that we can travel this journey together. And it was a year later that I met him, but I had the image, and I even wanted blonde hair and blue eyes. Got it all, right? So I had the image, and it showed up. That's what this month needs to be about. I want it to be about. Inside of you, what is in there that wants to be reborn? What idea? And also it's all about getting rid of your yeah buts, because it's really important to understand and know what is it that stands in the way of your dreams becoming realities. Most often it's all the yeah buts. It's all the things you believe about yourself or about the thing itself that it will never, never transpire. So I have a few slides for you. What dreams deserve to be reborn? So I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath and close your eyes. I'm going to press this button and see if this works. Did it work, Thor? Nope. So Thor, you'll have to do it manually. There's a little bit of music that comes with this slide. Whoop. I lost it. But the slide went away.
You can't have both.
We are not in a limited society. That's so weird. Okay. Just take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Good. So the question was, what dreams deserve to be reborn? And by deserve, I don't mean that you look at the pros and cons. I mean that there's something inside of you, some dream, some aspiration, some idea that has the energy, has the emotion, has the feeling that gives it the right to show up in your life. What dream deserves to be reborn? And whatever it is, if something pops up, see it, visualize it. See what that feels like, if that were to be your experience. Okay, now just take another deep, deep breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes. So did something come up? Yes? Maybe not. Give it time. It'll still keep going. So it did for me when I did it, and I know what that is. And I had to ask myself, okay, if that wants to be reborn, not just born, but reborn because it's been born 1,000 times inside of you, what's standing in the way? What is it you really need? So, oops. Next. There we go. So Walt Disney said this, all of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. So the question becomes, do you have the courage to actually birth whatever that is? Do you have the courage to allow whatever that dream is to manifest? And when I say, do you have the courage, what I mean is, are you willing to get out of the way? Get your mind out of the way, get your thoughts out of the way, get your yeah buts out of the way, get your history out of the way. Remember, principle is not bound, bless you, by precedence. Get your precedents out of the way and give yourself permission to actually live whatever dreams they are. I have to say, you too do it. You see a picture on a screen, and the next thing we know, there's a picture of you standing on it.
I don't want to do that, though.
You're not doing this one? Okay. I just want someone flying through the air. They are attached. You can't see it. She's attached to a bungee cord. It's fine. She or he, can't tell. So the real question is, are you going to do it? You know, every time as we get towards the end of a year, we're like, okay, now what do we want to do in 2025? As though 2025 is some magical place that we all get to, all of our dreams will be realized. That's not the case. When 2025 happens, it's just a minute past 2024. Or a second past 2024. Nothing changes, in case you hadn't noticed, unless you change. Unless you decide something different. Thor, something's up with this now. It's not, I'm getting all these black screams. There we go. So Khalil Gibran said, yesterday is but today's memory, and tomorrow is today's dream. I think you all know the philosophy that I stand up here preaching every Sunday, right? We all know the philosophy of the science of mind. And the philosophy basically says, whatever you are intending today and believing in today is what shows up tomorrow. It's really that simple. Wherever you put your belief today is where your dream of tomorrow comes from. So, it really begs the question, what are you thinking about today? I mean, what's happening in your life today? What are the thoughts that predominantly fill your mind? When you ask yourself to really look at, what did I think all day yesterday, and how is that manifesting today? It's pretty simple to see it. And when you start paying attention, you really start to understand that this philosophy is not just a fun time like Steve Brabant has, but it is really important to know that as I believe, so it is. So I asked you a bit ago to go in and go, what dream deserves to be reborn? And that's great if you have an answer. And even if you don't have an answer, that's great. It will come. But there it is. But what do you believe about that dream? The dream's not enough, folks, unless you just want to be a dreamer. And dreamers are fun, but, do you want to realize it or not? Vincent van Gogh said this, I dream of painting, and then I paint my dream. So the question is, are you painting or are you dreaming? Are you actually out there painting your dream? What does painting your dream mean? It means using your mind to create whatever is necessary for that dream to manifest. Yes.
Can you talk about the already established premise in regards to this?
Sure. She said, for those of you at home, can you talk about the already established premise in regards to this? So your already established premise, which is your AEP. It's funny, I was teaching class the other day, and one of our students in advanced consciousness, because I have students from all over the world now, some of them haven't studied with me before, and they're like, she put her little hand up, she's like, what is an AEP? And I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot. Some people don't know this. Your already established premise. And your AEPs really get in the way of your dreams if they are not positive, if they are not really constructive. If you have an already established premise that life is hard, anybody?
It'll be hard.
Yeah, it'll be hard. Thank you, Kevin. It will be hard, but it's true. If you have an already established premise that life is difficult, or an already established premise that after 50, not a lot's available. Don't you even hate that I said that? Who in the room is over 50? There you have it. Who in the room is under 50? You're still possible. For a precious few moments. But that's an already established premise that a lot of people take. That age card, you don't, Reverend Nancy. Reverend Dr. Nancy. How old are you now? 91. 91. And she is still out there auditioning, writing books, teaching classes. She is like she is that, what's that little bunny that runs around? The Energizer, yes. Never turns off, this woman. Never turns off. So that's an already established premise. It totally gets in the way. Because Vincent van Gogh, I dream of painting and then I paint my dream. But I can dream of painting the most exquisite. But if I have an already established premise that I suck at painting, I'm probably going to paint not such a good painting. Because that's what I believe in the first place. Or not even try, because a lot of people don't want to do anything they can't do perfect. Which is another one. There's an already established premise you might want to get rid of. Perfectionism. It has to be perfect or I'm not going to do it. Well, that explains a lot of why you've done nothing. Because nothing was going to be perfect. Yeah. And I never had that problem. I didn't. I always believed whatever I was going to do was going to be great. Some people thought that was ego. And it probably was back then. But now I actually understand it better. Ego meaning entertaining God only, not edging God out. When you come from knowing who you are, then you should expect it's going to be good, even if it's only okay. I remember when I was in Gabriella's pottery class. Pottery, is that what we call it? Pottery class? Ceramics class. And I'm making, God knows what that was I made, but I'm looking around and Kevin made this, and he's sitting right next to me, and he made this exquisite, and I still don't know what it was, but it was beautiful. And then he went and found a piece of driftwood that attached to it, and I'm looking at mine going, okay, so this is not my forte. This is not what I do best. But I was okay with it. I was like, but it's still really gorgeous. And then she had a mishap, and some of them didn't what was it called? They didn't flame up. They didn't fire. And they didn't, so some of the ones didn't work. And I think the universe handled it for me because I never got it back. But of course, Kevin's came back. Beautiful. It now sits in a beautiful place in our living room. I walk by it every day. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But that was a result of your already established.
My already established premise, I don't deserve to be fired when it comes to ceramics. But I don't have that anymore. I'm actually can't wait for the next one because I'm going to make something so freaking big. And I'm going to use every piece of clay you have and do a portrait of myself. Okay, going on. Everybody see her? Everybody know who she is? Yes. Cynthia and Revo. Okay? From Christopher Reeve. So many of our dreams at first seem impossible. Then they seem improbable. And then when we summon the will, they soon become, the title of my talk, inevitable. The question is, for you, what is inevitable? Because guess what? You're sitting on top of the inevitable life you're about to have. Truly. And what's inevitable is whatever you're thinking about it. What is inevitable are the beliefs you have about the life you're living. It's inevitable. Whatever it is. If you're in a relationship, you don't know what to do with it, the inevitability of that relationship lies right there at the center of your belief about it. So, Cynthia Enrivo. She is 37, I think, 37, 38 years old. Wicked opened 21 years ago, I believe. 21 years ago, because it celebrated its 20th year on Broadway. She was 20 at the time. 20 or 19. No, she was 18 at the time when she first went and saw Wicked. And I watched an interview with her, and she said she went to see Wicked, and she was sitting in the theater. It so sounded like what I did when I went and saw Gypsy. And she said, I sat there and I looked at that green girl on that stage, and I so identified with her as an English black woman in London, trying to make my way as an actress. I knew I wanted to be an actress. And I looked on that stage and I went, I want to play that role. No one ever cast her. She never got to play that role on stage. But there was a dream sparked that day. Now she will be the most famous person that has ever played Elphaba. And if you haven't seen it yet, and many of you haven't, she gives an extraordinary performance as a 17, 18, 19-year-old girl, which is what she's playing in the movie, yet she's 37, which is another miracle. The fact that they cast someone who was not the age, would be by any stretch of the imagination too old to play a 20-year-old who's going to college, but it didn't matter. It doesn't matter. How powerful is your dream? The world at large has no play in your dream. And that's one of the problems we have. We give too much power. So, there's a song in the show called When I Meet the Wizard. I'm going to give you a little taste of it. Here goes. Go ahead, Thor.
When I meet the wizard, once I prove my worth, and then I meet the wizard, what I've waited for since birth. He'll say to me, I see who you truly are, a girl on whom I can rely, and that's how we'll begin, the wizard and I. Once I'm with the wizard, my whole life will change. 'Cause once you're with the wizard, no one thinks you're strange. No father is not proud of you. No sister acts ashamed. And all of us has to love you. And by the wizard you're acclaimed.
That's it. For the rest of it, you got to go see the movie, folks. But going back, So many of our dreams first seem impossible, then they seem probable, and then when they summon the will, they soon become inevitable. When we talk about our AEPs, that's the wizard. She finds out in this movie, obviously everybody knows this part of it, that the wizard's not what the wizard seems to be. Yet it's once I meet the wizard, I'll be great. Once I meet the wizard and he says I'm good, everybody will love me. We all have that going on. So my question ends up becoming, who's your wizard? It's like who's your daddy, but it's who's your wizard. Just saying. But who's your wizard? What is it that's telling you yay or nay? What is it that decides for you whether a dream is worth going after? What is it that tells you you have what it takes to make that work, to make it in whatever it is you decide, wherever you decide to make it? Who's your wizard? What's outside of you dictating what was inside of you that wants to get birthed, what wants to get reborn? We all have them. And you know what? Thank you for asking that, Andrea. Your AEPs are wizards. They're the things that are telling you whether you can or can't. So develop some AEPs, some already established premises of, I am God. I am the entire universe funneling through me. And whatever I choose to be, do, have, say, is coming from the divine, from the quantum field of pure creativity. So my last question to you is, what's inevitable in your life and what wants to be reborn? Here's the answer to that. Whatever you're believing today, wherever you are today on your journey, on that yellow brick road of life, wherever you are today in your beliefs, in your premises, that is what is inevitable for your life. And you really need to do the work and pay attention, because you may find out that you had a lot of mixed messages going on in there. Like, yes, I can do it. No, you can't. Yes, I can be successful at this. Well, you could have 10 years ago. I mean, think about it. All the many different variations that come in there and cloud the point. You need one point. Yes, I can. Because that's the truth. Inevitable. My last thing I want to say to you today is that the breadth and depth of what you are capable of is inevitable. It's like that seed. You have divine quantum roots that you come from, because that's who you are. When we say remember who you are the depth of that creative energy. And nothing can stop the inevitability of you emerging and moving up and growing into the brilliance that you are, doing everything that you've ever dreamed of doing and more. I was talking about Cynthia and Revo the other day, and I was saying, or yesterday, and I was saying, I guarantee you she will win an EGOT. She will be an EGOT winner, which is Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. And I thought, she's going to probably win the Oscar this year, so that takes care of that part of it. She already has a Tony, and she already has a Grammy, so she just needs an Emmy. And then I was doing more research on her. She already has an Emmy. So she has the Emmy, she has the Tony, she has the Grammy, and she'll probably get the Oscar this year, and she will be one of the youngest EGOT winners ever. And that happened the day that girl sat in that theater watching Wicked and said, I'll have what she's having. And then didn't let anything get in the way of that beautiful root growing, 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 growing. And that, my dear GTC congregation, here and online, that is who you and I are. We don't need a wizard. We just need to remember who we are. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, how many people now want to go see Wicked? Right, good. Yeah. Like right now. Good, good, good. Okay, everybody. I invite you to take out your contribution today. And we're in December. Today's December 1st. So now we will start our journey in December towards 2025's solvency. So starting next week, there'll be a list at the door for all the stewards of the center. All I need you to do is just check off your name and say, yes, I'm good with where I was last year. Better yet, saying, I'm going to up my stewardship this year, even if it's just by a little. If everybody upped it by a little, we would have the perfect forward momentum to bring the vision of this center even more out into the world. And if you are not an already established giver, see how I changed that there? Your AEG, already established giver, please consider it. It helped us so much last year when so many people chose to be an ongoing giver every week, whether they were here or not, to make sure that we stayed solvent. So give that some thought too. So Brad, come on up for a minute. A little pretty music.
So it is with a sense of deep, deep gratitude that I just give thanks for everything that is evolving here, the rebirths that are taking place moment to moment, life to life, millennia to millennia. So I just know that this growth is all good. It's always a step toward higher consciousness, and as that we evolve and as that we are reborn, since we are all connected, all of us are reborn, all of us are evolving, all of us are moving to a greater place, all of us are moving to a place of good, and I know that love is the unifying and connective force in the cosmos, and I just allow that sense of love to envelop me and move me forward through my day. And I give thanks for each and every drop in the basket and each and every online donation, for I know that this is love personified, and so it is. Amen.
And so it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Circulate my love right now. I circulate my what are you doing? Circulate my love right now. I circulate my love. Circulate my love right now. I circulate my love. Circulate my love right now. I circulate my love.
And it returns to me, multiply abundantly.
I circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
Circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
Circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
Circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy. And it returns to me, multiply abundantly. Circulation, it's across the nation. It's a love vibration around the world and beyond.
I circulate my gifts right now. I circulate my gifts.
I circulate my gifts right now. I circulate my gifts. Circulate my gifts right now. I circulate my gifts. Circulate my gifts right now. I circulate my gifts. And it returns to me, multiply abundantly.
Circulate your gifts. You know what I think we need to do today? Circulate our dreams. Yeah? So I want you to pull it up, whatever that dream was, if you have one. Pull it up. Now circulate it. See it circulating. See it moving through the energy. See the energy taking it and expanding it and growing it. Seeing you at the center of whatever that dream is. Right, Lisa? Right there at the center of it all. Knowing that it is so, as we say together, and so it is.
Circulate my love right right now. Circulate my love. Circulate my love right now. Circulate my love right now. Circulate my love. And it returns to me. Multiply abundantly. Oh. Fabulous.
Good morning. It's Sunday, December 1st, and here are your GTC announcements. Coming up on the calendar, here are some dates this month to note on your calendar. Today, the GTC practitioners, ministers, and board members are having their holiday party at 1 p.m. For questions or directions, please see Dr. Karen or Dr. Kirby. On Saturday, December 14th, Dr. James and Kevin are hosting a caroling party at their home from 5 to 7 p.m. This event is open to all. We ask that everyone bring a healthy dish to share. On Sunday, December 15th, we have our annual membership meeting. If you're a steward of GTC, this is your opportunity to vote on board seats, as well as review the accomplishments of the past year and look ahead to what's in store for 2025. That's Sunday, December 15th. We'll be having a Christmas Eve service on December 24th, so we look forward to celebrating the season with you early that evening. Looking ahead to the new year, we'll be having our first Divine Dining and Doing event on Saturday, January 11th at the home of Dr. James and Kevin. It's an Italian feast featuring Mama Chalgrin's famous spaghetti sauce recipe. This event will be hosted by Thor and Aaron, Becky, and Kevin and Dr. James. This event is limited to the first 30 paid guests, and you can buy your ticket now online or after service today. You can always find out what's going on and make a donation using the QR code you'll find in the back of our monthly theme cards. Use the camera on your smartphone, and you'll go right to the calendar and donation pages on our website. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Thank you, Thor. Thor, you know, you should put Dr. Thor and Aaron, just like you put Dr. James and Kevin, because that's who you are now.
All right, so I will be, after we finish singing on stage, then I'll be out over at the table in the lobby if anybody would like to sign up today. When you sign up, I do need a paid commitment. Obviously, if you're online, you can do that online. That's great, and we'll track everybody. So, indeed, it's limited to 30 people. First 30 people, it's going to be a wonderful event if you did it last time, and what a great way to kick off 2025. Secondly, just a reminder that we are continuing our wonderful food drive and food giving that is hosted by our wonderful Glenna. So that is out there. As we get into this holiday season, please remember to bring extra food items that we can continue to be good givers from this center. So that's out in the lobby as always. And the third thing I forgot to announce last week, Marilyn and Karen have a magnificent display downstairs of items that would be great holiday gifts to purchase for people. And that is also its own form of reciprocity, right? Because the money raised from that goes to greater contribution and your organization as well. Yes, Marilyn? So please take a look downstairs at the amazing display of gift items that are downstairs in the community room.
Great.
That's all I got.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Come on up, kids. Hey.
Good morning.
How are you today?
We had a busy morning.
Good? You guys good?
We decided to go all out. We did all kinds of things. We talked about how some of our gifts are hidden, but they always show up somehow. And we did this wonderful painting. We used a okay, my brain just went. We made a base solution of water with baking soda and salt. And when you paint on paper with it, if you use the right paper, you can't see what the picture is, but you can see that something's being painted. But as it dries, as it gets further into its experience, you following me? The picture shows up. The picture shows up. So we have hidden talents. We have stuff that we know is there, but we have to work with it. We have to make it do its thing and express it more and more and more, and boy, does it show up. Because my friends made some really gorgeous little paintings. Some of them you're not going to see because of the lighting, but we had a friend of mine who wants to be a ninja, so he drew his picture. Where's my ninja painting?
He's showing it to you.
Oh, okay. That's the car ride. Someone decided that a car course was important.
Let me see.
David, you want to show them your shark anchor?
Who drives
David
like this?
is very interested in seeing a shark anchor show up in his life. And Gemma has a picture that she drew of what she considers community. She wants more community in her life.
Love that.
And Lexi drew apple juice because she's had cravings for apple juice lately, and she decided she wants to expect apple juice in her life. So that was just the first thing we did. Then we decided, since we're talking about, really showing up and seeing what shows up for us, the kids have been asking for weeks, are we going to do slime? Are we going to do slime? So what do?
Slime.
We made slime. We made white slime because food coloring stains, but we made white slime, and everybody had a chance to put little things in it. We have, there's sequins, and there's glitter, and all of that wonderful stuff. And Connie, what does that have to do with spirituality? Does that have anything to do with spirituality? Yes. Of course it does. I mean, gosh, if we talk about how everything comes to be, we know that there's certain ingredients, right? When we do a treatment, we have certain ingredients we're putting into our treatment to move energy, to make things happen, and then it just shows up for us because we expected it to. So those were our lessons for today.
Okay,
and
great.
it was a lot of fun.
Why don't you do the announcement? Here it is right behind you.
Why do you keep
We are
stepping
doing a
behind me?
GTC Youth Movie Night on December 22nd at 4 o'clock.
So it's here.
Parents can come too.
Downstairs.
Downstairs to... we're going to do it downstairs, right?
classroom.
And we're going to show the movie Polar Express.
So here's a wonderful thing about Polar Express is when we get into our Christmas Eve service, you'll find that part of Polar Express follows us in. And the idea of using that movie, it actually wasn't what we discussed. We just kind of went, oh, that's a great movie. Let's do that one. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that this movie is all about believing. Seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. And it's going to follow us throughout this entire season, through this entire year, as we move in and express more and more.
And it also closes we've been singing that song since the movie came out. We have closed every Christmas Eve service with a full a full singing of Believe, led by our own believer, Mr. Kevin Bailey. So that will be fun. Yes.
So we have a lot going on, and Shauna has some really wonderful things planned. Where I will be staying on to be a teacher, but Shauna's going to take this and just take it into a really great place, next level it. You're going to see more of these types of things, some more community involvement types of things. Do you want to speak at all? No, she doesn't like that, and that's okay. We all know I didn't either, and here I am still holding the darn mic. Yeah. So. Wait a minute.
Well, Sean also didn't go through two.
Okay.
Oh my God, you saw Wicked.
I did. Of course I did. Please.
And now you are popular. Yeah, there you go.
So I'm going to stop talking because I know y'all want to go home or do something really great, but I wanted you to really look at these amazing humans who are showing up, who are getting this nourishment, this spiritual nourishment. They're taking it in. So folks, when you guys go home, ask them about what they learned. Talk to them about the things that they got to experience in youth service.
Because ask them what slime really is. Just don't take it because I just did, and
it's
you don't
gooey.
want it.
It's gooey. If you don't want it all over you, don't touch it.
Yeah.
But that's that. So thank you so much.
You,
that was
Reverend
a lot
Connie.
of talking.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Lex. Okay. Yes, good. Okay, everybody, take a deep breath. Come on up, folks. Consciousness on Demand today is Reverend Kevin and Reverend Genevieve. Who's going to be where? I'm actually going to be using that, so no. You will have to be in this meditation room and you can have the office downstairs. Okay? We have a little wedding happening over there today after the service. Yes. I don't see them yet. So I told them not till 11:30, so it's fine. Okay, everybody, let's just take a deep breath. What is inevitable in my life? Good. Only good. Knowing that that comes in many forms and shapes and sizes. And I know that for myself and for each and every person in this room and all those beautiful children below. And so I just say thank you. Thank you for being here today in this room, online, whenever you watch. Know that we are one people on one planet, living one spiritual truth, that the creative power of the universe flows through all of us. That is inevitable. And with that, I just say thank you. I let it be so, as we all say together, and so it is. Okay, everybody. So, Carol, this is going to be our song for the month of December. I invite you all to stand up. Have it.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I said this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, shine. Come on in, shine, shine, let it shine, 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 shine. Now everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere you go, then you gotta let it shine. I said everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, shine. Come on and shine, shine, yeah. Shine, 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 shine. Listen, when I greet my brother